In Boston, Massachusetts, dozens of developers have delivered luxury residences over the years, with performance varying dramatically. One developer, however, clearly stands apart, having made the most significant impact on Boston's luxury housing market. With 5 timeless buildings completed to date, Millennium Partners has fundamentally changed the landscape of downtown Boston. In this video, we're going inside these Millennium-designed luxury residences, touring each building and covering everything you need to know as a buyer. If you're considering living in the heart of the city, this is a video you won't want to miss. My name is Charlie Smith, founder of the Boston Luxury Homes YouTube channel and real estate agent serving the city and surrounding suburbs. Reach out anytime for assistance buying, leasing, or investing in the greater Boston area. Millennium Partners has established itself as Boston's premier luxury real estate developer, reshaping the city's skyline over the past 20-plus years. Their residential projects combine bold modern architecture, high-end finishes, and unparalleled amenities, setting new standards for full-service urban living in the city of Boston. To really understand Millennium Partners in Boston, you have to start here, the Ritz-Carlton residences on Avery Street. This was the project that changed everything. Completed in 2001, this development was a major catalyst in transforming what was once Boston's combat zone into today's downtown crossing and theater district. At the time, combining private luxury residences with a 5-star hotel was uncommon, and Millennium took the risk. The development consists of 2 residential towers, the North Tower at 38 stories and the South Tower at 36 stories, sitting above and alongside a full Ritz-Carlton hotel. In total, there are just over 300 condominium residences, plus a 193-room hotel and a large multiplex cinema integrated directly into the complex. Architecturally, the buildings were designed by Handel architects and use a mix of granite, stone, and glass, with subtle differences between the 2 towers. They're intentionally not identical. The idea was to create something cohesive but not repetitive, and it works. The design creates a visual gateway between Boston Common and Washington Street, marking the entrance into the theater district, while still respecting the scale of the surrounding historic buildings. The residences range from 1 to 4 bedroom layouts, and many have sweeping views of the Boston Common, the Charles River, and downtown skyline. Interior finishes include Brazilian cherry hardwood floors, laid in a herringbone pattern, which immediately gives the space a warm, high-end feel. The layouts tend to be more traditional than what you see in newer towers, defined living and dining spaces rather than fully open concept layouts. Kitchens feature granite countertops, custom cabinetry, and Viking stainless steel appliances with gas cooking. They're not ultra-modern, but they're functional, well-designed, and have aged extremely well. Of course, over the years, many owners have updated their kitchens. Bathrooms are finished in marble with stone floors and classic fixtures, giving them more of a hotel suite feel rather than a typical condo bathroom. Many primary bathrooms include jacuzzi-soaking tubs and separate glass showers. You also get in-unit laundry, central heating and air, and in some units, private balconies or terraces. For the time period, these finishes were cutting edge, and that's a big reason why the Ritz became one of Boston's most desirable addresses almost immediately. Of the 5 Millennium developments, the Ritz offers the fewest resident services and amenities, but for many buyers, that's completely fine. Residents have direct access to full 5-star hotel services, 24-hour concierge, doormen, valet parking, room service, and optional housekeeping. You have a recently updated residential lobby separate from the hotel lobby, so residents don't walk in through the hotel check-in area. The residential arrival space is elegant, with clean lines, warm lighting, updated finishes, and a stronger sense of place. Within the resident lobby, there's a secret door that leads to the hotel lobby, bar, and restaurant. Another highlight is direct elevator access to Equinox, which originally opened as a Sports Club LA. This is the largest fitness facility in downtown Boston with an indoor pool, spa services, basketball courts, group fitness studios, and top-tier equipment. The building is staffed around the clock with dedicated security and porter services. Location is another major strength here. The Ritz-Carlton residences sit directly next to the Boston Common, right at the edge of the Theater District in downtown Crossing. From here, you can walk to Back Bay, Beacon Hill, the Financial District in Chinatown, and the seaport is a short ride away. You have green space literally outside your door, combined with some of the best transit access in the city, with multiple subway lines just steps away. It's rare to get that balance of park access and downtown energy in one building. Now, who is this building really for? The Ritz-Carlton residences are ideal for buyers who value service, consistency, and a more traditional definition of luxury. If you want to feel like you're living in a 5-star hotel with defined layouts, proven construction, and exceptional staff, this is still one of the strongest options in Boston. Many high-profile figures, including athletes and executives, have called the Ritz home. Prices range between $1 million and stretch to $11 million. It may not have the modern finishes of Millennium's newer buildings, but what it delivers instead is polish, reliability, and a level of service that's very hard to replicate. But stay tuned, because just a few blocks away, Millennium Partners took a totally different approach. Instead of a large mixed-use complex, One Charles was designed to feel private and understated, tucked right against the public garden at the edge of Back Bay, directly behind the Four Seasons. It's one of those buildings you can walk past 100 times and not realize how special it is. This is One Charles. Completed in 2005, One Charles is a boutique luxury condominium building located right where Back Bay meets downtown, directly next to the Boston Public Garden. Unlike the Ritz, this is not a hotel-condo hybrid. This is a purely residential building designed for buyers who wanted luxury without the activity of a full-service hotel. The building rises to 18 stories and includes 239 condominium residences, which gives it a much more intimate feel compared to Millennium's larger downtown towers. From the start, this project was meant to blend into its surroundings rather than stand out. One Charles was designed by Handel Architects, and the exterior is a mix of limestone, brick, and glass. At the street level, it feels very Back Bay, understated, refined, and contextual. As the building rises, the design becomes much more contemporary, with large grid-style windows and inset balconies that open up views towards the Boston Common and skyline. Millennium Partners wanted the building to feel like a natural extension of Back Bay rather than a downtown high-rise, and compared to their later glass towers, One Charles definitely feels more residential and discreet. Inside the homes, One Charles delivers exactly what you'd expect from a Millennium project, but with a slightly more modern feel than the Ritz. Residences range from studio layouts to large 3-bedroom homes and penthouses, some of which include private terraces. Ceiling heights are generous, and oversized windows bring in a lot of natural light, especially in units facing the public garden or the common. Flooring throughout the residences is Brazilian cherry hardwood, giving the interiors a warm, polished look. Kitchens feature granite countertops, custom wood cherry cabinetry, and stainless steel Viking appliances. Compared to the Ritz, the kitchens here feel a bit more open and contemporary, reflecting the mid-2000s design shift. Bathrooms are clad with travertine tile and shower surrounds, along with high-quality fixtures. They're elegant without being flashy, and very much in line with the building's overall understated luxury. Every unit also includes in-unit laundry and central heating and cooling. Compared to the Ritz, One Charles offers a noticeably more robust and elevated amenities experience. Residents are greeted by 24-hour concierge and doorman services, which immediately sets the tone when you enter the building. There's a fitness center with cardio and weight equipment, along with a dedicated yoga studio. For shared spaces, there's a resident library and lounge, as well as a clubroom where residents can gather. Within the lounge, there's a catering kitchen, which can be reserved for private events. There is also a boardroom for those who work from home. Parking is handled through an underground garage with valet or self-parking. One unique feature here is the on-site restaurant, Ostra, a well-known Mediterranean seafood restaurant. Being able to walk downstairs to a high-end restaurant without leaving your building is a big plus for many residents. One Charles sits at 1 Charles Street South, just behind the Public Garden and the Four Seasons. Newbury Street, the Theater District, Downtown Crossing, and the Financial District are all within easy walking distance. Transit access is excellent, with multiple Green Line stations nearby, plus quick access to other major subway lines. One Charles is ideal for buyers who want luxury without the activity of a hotel-style building. If you value privacy, a quieter environment, and a more traditional Back Bay feel, but still want high-end finishes and full concierge service, this is one of the strongest options in the city. It doesn't try to be flashy, and that's exactly the point. Prices range between $800,000 and $5 million. After One Charles, Millennium Partners turned their attention back to downtown. When it opened, Millennium Place became the fastest-selling residential building in Boston history, and that wasn't by accident. This project redefined what downtown condo living could look like in the 2010s by focusing on community and lifestyle rather than just the homes. Millennium Place represents a real turning point, not just for Millennium Partners, but for downtown Boston as a whole. When it opened in late 2013, this project arrived at exactly the right moment, and more importantly, it introduced something Boston hadn't really seen before: a luxury condo building designed around lifestyle and community, not just individual residences. The building is a 15-story, 256-unit condominium development located right in the heart of Midtown and Theater District. Designed by Handel Architects, Millennium Place was a major investment in what had been a neglected stretch of Washington Street, right behind the already discussed Ritz-Carlton Towers. Architecturally, Millennium Place is contemporary, but very intentional about its surroundings. It was conceived as an L-shaped Roman brick masonry block and punctuated by metal latticed window bays that wrap the curve of Washington Street. Its mid-rise scale keeps it consistent with nearby historic buildings, preserving sightlines and avoiding the imposing feel of a high-rise tower. At street level, the design was meant to engage the neighborhood. The ground floor includes a Cafe Nero, which was actually the first one in America, a Citizens Bank, and legal seafoods. A unique element here was the way Millennium marketed and designed the interiors. Residences were grouped into 4 distinct collections: Garden, Theater, Avenue, and the Grand Residences, each designed to reflect different views and orientations within the building. That approach reinforced the idea that Millennium Place wasn't just one building, but a collection of different living experiences under one roof. Inside the residences, the focus is on modern, open living. Units range from one-bedroom layouts to larger 3-bedroom homes, along with a limited collection of duplex penthouses with private roof decks. All residences were delivered with open floor plans, high ceilings, and floor-to-ceiling windows, allowing natural light to flood the spaces and giving many homes strong city views. Finishes lean towards a transitional contemporary style, warmer and more inviting than Millennium Partners' newer projects, but of course more modern than the Ritz-Carlton and One Charles. Flooring is hardwood throughout and a warm oak finish. Kitchens are gourmet-oriented, with custom Pog&Pole walnut cabinetry, stone countertops, and high-end appliances. Units feature paneled refrigerators and premium ranges, with all Bosch appliances. Bathrooms are spa-inspired, finished with floor-to-ceiling marble or porcelain tile, glass-enclosed showers, and upscale fixtures. In primary bathrooms, you'll see double vanities and soaking tubs. Throughout the homes, Millennium incorporated thoughtful details like integrated storage, built-in closets, designer lighting, and custom backsplashes. Select residences feature gas fireplace with marble surrounds, wet bars, and in some penthouse units, solariums. The services and amenities are where Millennium Place really separated itself. Rather than competing on sheer scale of amenities, the building was the first in Boston to focus on community and lifestyle. At the center of that is Millennium Partners' signature La Vie lifestyle program. La Vie offers residents a curated calendar of events, wine tastings, cooking demonstrations, movie nights, and cultural outings, created to help residents connect with one another. The physical amenity spaces support that idea. There's a club-level resident lounge with fireplace that opens onto a landscaped outdoor courtyard, a rare private garden space in downtown Boston. Adjacent to that is a private dining room with a catering kitchen, ideal for hosting events or dinners. The building also includes a screening room, a children's playroom, a spa room, a beautiful lobby, and fully equipped fitness center. Standard luxury services are all here as well: 24-hour concierge, security, and valet parking in the on-site garage. Millennium Place is located at 580 Washington Street, just one block from the Boston Common, and directly across from the Paramount Theater and Emerson College. You're surrounded by theaters, restaurants, and cultural venues, with retail and dining right along Washington Street. Transit access is excellent, with the Boylston Street Green Line station 30 seconds outside the door. Downtown Crossing and Chinatown stations are also both within a short walk. From Millennium Place, you can easily walk to the Financial District, Back Bay, Chinatown, or Beacon Hill. Millennium Place is ideal for buyers who want downtown living with a sense of connection. If you value open layouts, strong finishes, walkability, and a building that feels social without being overwhelming, this is one of the most balanced luxury condo options Millennium Partners has delivered. Prices range between $900,000 and $4 million. Millennium Place showed that downtown buyers wanted more than just a condo, they wanted lifestyle and community. Millennium Tower is where Millennium Partners took that idea vertical: bigger site, bigger vision, and a building that forever changed the Boston skyline. Opened in late 2016, Millennium Tower rises 60 stories and 685 feet, instantly becoming one of the most recognizable residential buildings in the city. Currently, it's the third tallest residential building in Boston and the fifth tallest building overall in the city. At the time, it was the highest cost residential development in Boston history, and it went on to achieve the largest sellout of a condo building outside of New York, with over $1 billion in sales. Millennium Tower sits on the historic site of the former Feline's department store in downtown Crossing. Instead of wiping the slate clean, Millennium chose to preserve and restore the original 1912 Barham building. That historic structure now forms the base of the tower, housing retail and commercial space, while the modern glass skyscraper rises directly beside it. Again designed by Handel Architects, Millennium Tower is unapologetically modern. The tower features a sleek all-glass curtain wall with subtle faceted angles, giving it a shimmering quality that changes throughout the day depending on light and weather. The form is elegant and clean, tapering slightly as it rises, which helps soften the scale and gives the building a refined silhouette on the skyline. This was a dramatic departure from Boston's traditional brick and brownstone aesthetic, and it signaled a new era of ultra-luxury high-rise living in the city. Inside the building, Millennium Tower is intentionally divided into 3 residential collections: city residences between floors 10 and 32, grand residences on floors 33 to 56, and penthouses between the 57th and 60th floors. The city residences, grand residences, and penthouses are split between 2 lobbies and dedicated elevator banks, creating separation, privacy, and distinct living experiences at different price points. The residences at Millennium Tower set a new benchmark for interior luxury in Boston. There are 442 condominium homes, ranging from one-bedroom residences starting at around 750 square feet, all the way up to the grand penthouse at over 12,000 square feet. What immediately defines these homes are the floor-to-ceiling glass window walls. Nearly every residence enjoys expansive views, whether that's the city streets below or at higher levels, sweeping 360-degree views of Boston Harbor, the Charles River, and the entire skyline. Ceiling heights are higher than average, 9 feet in the city residences and 11+ feet in the grand and penthouse residences, which combined with the glass creates bright, open, and airy living spaces. Residences feature wide plank hardwood floors in light oak or walnut tones, along with custom millwork throughout. Kitchens are a major highlight. Millennium Partners worked with Pog&Pol, the renowned German luxury kitchen brand, to create sleek, European-style kitchens with integrated appliances. Typical appliance packages include Sub-Zero refrigerators, Wolf or Miele ovens and cooktops depending on the residence collection, plus wine coolers and stone countertops. In grand residences and penthouse homes, kitchens have Calcutta marble islands, with matching counters and backsplashes, as well as high-gloss white upper cabinetry. Bathrooms are equally elevated, with spa-like designs using marble and limestone finishes, oversized glass enclosed showers, soaking tubs, and in primary bathrooms, radiant heated floors. Additional features throughout the residences include high-tech climate and lighting systems, motorized window shades in many units, and generous custom closet build-outs. The penthouses take everything to another level: gas fireplaces, expansive private terraces, and fully customized interiors, truly mansions in the sky. Millennium Tower is arguably best known for its amenity offerings, which at the time set a new standard for residential buildings in Boston. The heart of the amenity experience is the Club, a 23,000 square foot private resident lounge spanning 2 floors. It's designed to feel more like an exclusive private members club than a condo amenity floor. Highlights include an owner's lounge with a large stone fireplace, a private dining room with a chef's kitchen and catering from Mina at the Tower, Millennium Tower's private restaurant. There is a richly detailed library with walnut paneling and a marble fireplace, as well as a parlor room with billiards, poker table, and large screen TVs. Also a movie theater for movies and sporting events. For families, there's a dedicated children's playroom. On the wellness side, the FLX Wellness Center spans roughly 10,000 square feet and includes top-tier fitness equipment, yoga and Pilates studios, a 75-foot indoor lap pool, whirlpool spa, and private treatment rooms for massages and spa services. There's also a furnished outdoor terrace with dining areas, lounge seating, and a fire pit, a rare private outdoor escape in the middle of downtown. Millennium Tower also carries forward Millennium's La Vie lifestyle program, offering curated resident events like wine tastings, speaker series, fitness excursions, and cultural outings. All of this is supported by full 5-star service, 24-hour concierge, doormen, porters, valet parking, and on-site management and security. Millennium Tower anchors downtown Crossing, occupying the block bounded by Washington and Franklin Street. Your steps from the Boston Common and Public Garden, directly above the downtown Crossing MBTA station with red and orange line access, and within walking distance of the Financial District, Beacon Hill, Waterfront, and Back Bay. Millennium Tower is for buyers who want scale, views, and a full-service lifestyle, and who want to live in one of Boston's most iconic residential buildings. It's bold, modern, and remains one of the most important luxury residential projects ever delivered in the city. Prices range between $1 million and $35 million. That brings us to Winthrop Center, last on this list and Millennium Partners' newest residential project in Boston. Completed in 2023, this is Millennium's 5th residential building in the city, and also their most ambitious. The tower rises 691 feet across 63 stories, making it the 2nd tallest residential building in Boston and the 4th tallest building overall in the city. This is a true mixed-use tower. The lower portion of the building is made up of Class A office space, while the upper floors are home to 317 luxury residences, known as the Millennium Residences at Winthrop Center. The 2 uses are clearly separated architecturally, with a setback and 2 distinct lobbies, so residential living here feels private. Winthrop Center was designed by Handel Architects, working closely with engineering and sustainability experts, including MIT researchers focused on airflow, wellness, and building performance. At its core, this building was designed around health and efficiency. The office portion of the building is recognized as the largest passive house office building in the world, which means dramatically reduced energy use and exceptional indoor air quality. That same philosophy carries throughout the residential component. Visually, the building is modern and precise. It uses a glass curtain wall with a subtly faceted and fluted form toward the top. That geometry gives the tower a distinct crown on the skyline, while also helping manage wind and light. At ground level, Winthrop Center introduces something Boston hadn't really seen before in an office-heavy district: the Connector. This is a multi-story indoor public space connecting Federal and Devonshire streets. It includes dining, retail, and year-round programming that brings life and foot traffic into what used to be a very quiet part of downtown outside of business hours. The residences at Winthrop Center are some of the most refined Millennium has ever delivered. Layouts range from one-bedroom homes with flex space all the way to four-bedroom penthouses. Ceiling heights are around 10 feet, and floor-to-ceiling windows, angled based on the facade geometry, provide wide open views of the city, the harbor, and beyond. Since the residences start 30 stories high, every home has a view. Flooring throughout the residences is wide plank, sustainably sourced white oak, which gives the homes a warm but very contemporary feel. Kitchens are fully modern and all electric. They feature Studio Becker custom cabinetry, Carrera marble countertops and backsplashes, and top-tier Sub-Zero and Wolf appliances. Cooking is done via Wolf induction cooktops with convection and steam ovens. Bathrooms are equally detailed with marble finishes, custom Studio Becker vanities, waterworks fixtures, and radiant heated floors. Many primary bathrooms include freestanding soaking tubs and smart mirrors. Other thoughtful details include electric fireplaces in living areas, flexible bonus rooms that work well as home offices or dens, and integrated technology throughout the residences. The Penthouse Collection, branded as the Millennium Collection, takes finishes even further with upgraded materials and exclusive design palettes. The amenities are where Winthrop Center really separates itself. In total, the building offers approximately 56,000 square feet of amenity space, which is the most amenity space out of any residential building in Boston. The main resident amenity level is the Residence Club, located high above the city. It includes multiple lounges and 2 outdoor terraces, offering fresh air and views from a private setting. There is also a resident-only restaurant and clubroom with a chef's kitchen, creating an in-building dining and social experience. Wellness is a major focus here. The FTX Wellness Center includes 2 full gyms, yoga and Pilates studios, spa facilities, a 75-foot indoor lap pool, hot tub, and on-demand personal trainers. There is also a game room connected to the resident lounge, a movie theater, sports simulator, and a ping pong room. One of the most talked about amenities is Club VIP, a pet program that functions as a dog daycare and pet spa. It's the first amenity of its kind in Boston, and a major draw for pet owners. Because this is a mixed-use building, residents also benefit from access to office amenities, including conference and workspace facilities, another gym, and private cafe. At ground level, the connector acts as an extension of the amenity experience, with dining, gathering space, and programming built right into the building. Everything is supported by full-service staffing, 24-hour concierge, doorman, valet parking, advanced security, and a dedicated resident app that allows you to manage services, amenities, and reservations digitally. Winthrop Center is located at 240 Devonshire Street, on the former site of the Winthrop Square Garage in the Financial District. You're a short walk from the Greenway and waterfront, steps from Downtown Crossing, and within easy walking distance of the seaport. South Station is just a few blocks away, and multiple MBTA lines, red, orange, and blue, are all close by. Winthrop Center is for buyers who want something modern, efficient, and forward-thinking, not just in design, but in how the building functions day to day. It's less about tradition and more about performance, wellness, and long-term livability. Prices range between $1.5 and $15 million. When you step back and look at these 5 buildings together, it's clear why Millennium Partners has had such an outsized impact on Boston's luxury condo market. Each project reflects a different moment in the city's evolution, and with every completed building, the standard is set higher. The layouts make sense, the finishes hold up over time, the amenities feel purposeful, and the locations were chosen to change how people experience downtown Boston. Overall, not every Millennium building is right for every buyer. Some people value service above all else, others want privacy, some want energy and community, and others want views or the most forward-thinking design available. But the reason Millennium Partners stands out is that they've delivered a top-tier option for each of those lifestyles, and they've done it consistently over more than 2 decades. If you're thinking about making a move to Greater Boston, whether buying, renting, or investing, I'd love to be your resource. My name is Charlie Smith, and I specialize in helping clients navigate Boston's luxury real estate market. Feel free to reach out anytime, and if you enjoyed this video, please let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on Boston real estate, luxury homes, and property tours.